With this topic, many may be thinking of a modern power person who would qualify. But who is the world's first female billionaire? Not whom you might think. In modern times, there are great women with great accomplishments indeed. In 1872, Victoria Woodhull became the first woman to run for president. Quite a feat. Sarah Breedlove, aka Madam C.J. Walker, died in 1919 as America's first self-made female millionaire. Impressive, especially for a black woman in that era, no question. In 1967, Muriel Seibert was the first woman to buy a seat on the New York Stock Exchange. Wow. Or should I say, now. Christine Lagarde accomplished the head position in charge of the International Monetary Fund in 2011. The first female Federal Reserve chair in history was announced in 2014 as Janet Yellen. That same year, Oprah Winfrey became the first black female billionaire. Go Oprah! And Japan saw the rise of the first self-made female billionaire in 2017, Yoshiko Shinohara. But none of these ladies, though all successful in their own right, and we commend them, are the first female billionaire, nor even close. We have to take a brief stroll through more ancient history to find women of far more power and wealth. Here are the first 4 female billionaires in history. In about 50 BC, Cleopatra, one of the world's best-known female rulers, is remembered as much for her wealth as for her skills of political manipulation. As Egypt's pharaoh, coming in at number 4 in chronology, Cleopatra controlled some of the nation's largest industries at the time, which gave her an approximate annual income of 12,000 to 15,000 Egyptian talents. Her net worth has been estimated as high as $95 billion. However, Cleopatra wasn't always able to afford her life of luxury in her own right. She borrowed heavily from foreign leaders to finance the many wars she waged during her reign. Certainly not the right means to gain wealth. Unfortunately, you don't become one of the richest women of all time without a little bloodshed. At number 3, this Chinese empress rose to power as the concubine of 2 Tang dynasty emperors, who were father and son. When the Sun Emperor Zhaozong gained power, Wu was ruthless in eliminating rivals for his affection. She reportedly killed her own weak old daughter and pinned the crime on one of Zhaozong's main consorts, Empress Wang, who was imprisoned and killed. Once Zhaozong died, Wu forced her own sons to abdicate and was named court administrator, a position equivalent to emperor. Her tactics paid off for China's economy, though. Under her 15-year reign, the empire expanded its domain far into Central Asia, making it one of the largest in the world at the time. National wealth flourished thanks to the trade of tea and silk with Western nations along the Silk Road. With more than 300 million units of currency ultimately produced during the Tang dynasty. Apparently evil, but definitely rich. Now for the one you will not find on Forbes or Money magazine's lists. Of course, this is because they ignore by far the strongest, most documented, and credible history of all time. It's called the Bible, though she is recorded in other literature as well. First Kings introduces this mysterious Queen of Sheba who comes from Ophir, a land of extreme wealth. We locate this land in the Philippines in our Solomon's Gold series, which will blow your mind. Check it out. Why? This queen, ancestor of the brother of Ophir, was offering her gifts to the temple project in Israel as she arrived with a very great train of camels that bear spices, 4.5 tons of gold, and precious stones as gifts. And this sophisticated lady pressed King Solomon with tough questions. And these gifts did not represent her complete net worth, as her land was rich in many resources such as silver, ivory, lead, iron, tin, etc. The Queen of Sheba is on record as giving her tithe of 120 talents of gold, more spices than Israel had ever seen before, and precious stones. Just the gold alone is valued today at $168 million, and the spices likely rivaled that value, assuming that is 10% of her net worth. Just in gold alone, the Queen of Sheba possessed at least $1.6 billion, making her our number 2 female billionaire in history. And coming in at number 1, the world's first female billionaire is Hatshepsut. In order to rule as Egypt's first female pharaoh, Hatshepsut worked hard to convince her subjects that her reign was the will of the gods. And who could blame her? At stake was control of gold mines with an output that would be worth $2 billion today. Indeed, Hatshepsut remains the richest female head of state in Egypt's history. She rose to power after the death of her husband and half-brother, Thutmose II, and went on to control one of the largest empires in the ancient world, with lands that extended beyond Egypt's borders into the Middle East. During her 2 decades of rule, she also exercised control over mines with vast stores of gold, copper, and precious stones. Thank you for watching World's First. Be sure to subscribe now for more World's First videos. Don't forget to click the bell. Just hit the button on the next screen and check out our other series, Restoring History, locating the lost land of gold, Ophir, and the Garden of Eden.